Remember that old video about Sipover saying old Minecraft is so much better with its immersive simplicity? Well, YouTuber Gurg made a video about Sipover too. Clearly, he agrees that his points suck and really old Minecraft is no better than new. And his newest video is about old Minecraft.
When I came across this particular short, which really resonated with me, and I'm just going to play it in full. And after watching this, I felt something. Okay, prepare yourself, because this is where the video is going into pretentious overdrive mode. Johnny, cue the Mozart!
What he says here seems foolproof. He's about to get very pretentious. It sounds like a silly joke, but what he's really doing here is genius. He made it so that if anyone calls out this video and says he's being annoying, well, he told you so. That was the point of the video, right? No, it's not. The point is about old Minecraft's charm or something. Not that joke. It was made as a backup.
When you look at the old textures for the game, they had a lot more internal contrast and roughness to them. Take diorite for example. This is the old texture for diorite. If you look at a picture of real diorite, is literally what it looks like. Now compare that with the newer texture for diorite, where all the lines suddenly seem really smoothed off. Instead of sudden dark specks, it's blobs of light grey mush strewn throughout.
Blobs? Mush? Strewn throughout? With all these gross words in my head, I must subconsciously agree with your point with no actual thought at all.
Sure, it's easier on the eyes, but let me ask you, which one of these two textures looks like it's made out of rock?
No, he's right. Every texture in a pixelated block game should look identical to the real counterpart, and not just look good in a build.
Like rock. Which one of these two textures would you rather pick up to bash someone's skull in with?
Yep, when creating a texture, the priority shouldn't be making it easy on the eyes. It should be how well you can bash someone's skull in. Gurg's so good at the videos.
The point I'm trying to illustrate is the older Minecraft textures did a much better job at representing the material, while the newer ones seem more concerned about being a single colour.
Yes, for an obvious reason that you yourself pointed out in this video. These YouTubers love to debunk their own points in their own videos. The reason is because it just looks far better for building and gives you less of an eyesore.
Take a look at the old versus new cobblestone. I can imagine sticking my fingers between the gaps of the old stones, while the newer ones just seem a lot more flat to me. The new textures overall are just less rough.
Psst, you're supposed to point out what's wrong with it, not just say a fact.
Take a look at the sniffer, and especially the happy ghast. These guys, for whatever reason, have a much higher pixel resolution than a whole lot of other stuff in the game. Especially in the Ghast's case, they literally retextured the old one and made him more detailed and at a higher resolution.
Okay, I would say I agree, but for a completely different reason. I think that it looks bad simply because the main thing you should focus on in pixel art is pixel density consistency. Or in other words, everything should use the same amount of pixels. If cobblestone has 16 pixels on it, while andesite had 128, it'll look out of place, which is a problem for immersiveness or just making the game look good.
Well, I think it's because the artists are struggling to confine themselves to the game's pixel art style. They don't understand the strengths of the limitations.
Yes, strengths of the limitations, immersive simplicity, internal contrast. When will the buzzwords end?
I look back at this short I showed, and the reason it hit me so hard is not because it's an old version, but because you can tell it's an old version. The game has the same features, but if you look at two different screenshots, it's unmistakable. The game simply looks different now. What?
Things change? I could never comprehend that because when I was a kid, I remember how Minecraft actually looked like Minecraft, not this new crap that looks way better.
Minecraft wears its faux retro digitalism as a dress.
Yep, that's right, Greg. Good insight. Now tell me how new Minecraft is any different at all.
My point is not that old Minecraft is better or worse.
Are you sure about that?
When you play old Minecraft, you play differently, you build differently.
You're literally just saying things with no backing. You keep doing this throughout the entire video.
And consider the recent developments behind the new shader pack called Vibrant Visuals, which, by the way, is coming to Java and will be enabled by default. This will become the new look of Minecraft.
How is it worse? You've had me on the edge of my seat this whole time. How is new Minecraft worse? You keep on saying things like this with no actual point. Sipover at least had bad points, you just don't have any.
But Minecraft's music, C418 versus the new artists. C418's original score was very melodic. I've always seen it as music that represents the player character. It's narrating my actions in game. That's why there were different tracks exclusive to creative mode. It represented the different play experience through the track and music itself. Compare that to the new tracks, which to me are far more atmospheric and slow. They lack strong melodies, and usually are biome specific. These tracks are not about the player or the player actions, but to me, they represent the music of the Minecraft world itself. And truly, this difference in perspective is the difference between old and new Minecraft.
Okay, an actual point. First of all, they just wanted different music, maybe? But if we're going with your idea, I agree. C418 had much more lonely music that fit the vibe better, but now Minecraft simply isn't lonely. That isn't bad at all, it's just different. So now we need new music to fit the vibe better. So that's Gurg's video. Now let me remind you, this was the same guy who made fun of a Sipover video of the exact same topic. So allow me to recap. In this video, Gurg talked about how the new textures look, in his own words, better for building and better on the eyes. He talked about how Minecraft does indeed have an art style, not really sure what he's trying to say, but you know, he's trying. And finally, he talked about how Minecraft's music changed because, well, Minecraft changed? But, like, of course it changed. They've got to give it a new feel every once in a while or else it'll be stale. Gurg also employed a tactic where he set the video up with the fact that he was going to be pretentious, and you simply cannot make fun of a debunked video about Gurg or you'll be added to the massive list of, these people made fun of me, let's make fun of them for trying, because that's Gurg's whole joke. He's kind of mean. And that's sort of the whole bit with his channel. Sometimes it's funny, but sometimes he really isn't trying to make a good video and just spits out this slop. Either that, or he's needlessly making fun of a random person rather than a Minecraft update. I realize now I say that in a video making fun of Gurg's video, but look, normally I actually like Gurg as a YouTuber. I just have to bring attention to the fact that, well, just because someone brought up bad points in a video once doesn't mean they're always right. Yes, that includes me. I encourage you to actually watch Gurg's video so you guys aren't the same mindless viewers watching Sipover and apparently now Gurg.